Hello, everyone. It's your host, JDS, aka Zukashi King. Welcome to another episode of JDS.com, new edition, folks. Today, I got a good list for us to go through, a good list of topics to go through, starting with talk about Trump's um, the war in Iran, going on with other stuff, hot topics, and all that stuff. So let's get into this today, folks. I hope you guys are excited just as I am. I've been playing this, I'm getting into it. Let's do it. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. If you guys are staying for this intro, word of the day is Chuck Norris. All right, beloved Chuck Norris, rest in peace. So today, let's get started with JDS.com, episode 2. So, people, today we on the news. We are going to be talking on the news segment of this video. We are going to be talking about Trump's address to the nation on the war of Iran. That he made on Wednesday, April 1st, 2026. So I don't know a lot about this. I just know I read his speech online. So I really did not see the video. I did not see the news when he made the speech. I really was not altogether interested in wanting to hear what he has to say, because if none of you know, I am not really a big fan of Trump. I am not a big Trump supporter. I do admit he gets stuff done, but I think overall he is kind of I want to say a bully, and I don't think America needs a president that is a bully so much as a leader and one who is gonna take um considerable care to avoid any damaging, lasting consequences on our nation. But today we are going to start with talking about how Trump's what Trump said in his speech and go over a few little points. Not many, but a few. So let's get to it. Okay, so here we go, folks. So first thing I want to point out in his speech is that he thanked the astronauts and that bravely went into space again. This well, not again, but went into space. God, he said in his speech, God bless those four unbelievable astronauts. They apparently were part of the I forget what it's called. It does I forget the Artemis 2 launch, and I'm not sure exactly what it was for. I know that some four astronauts went to space. I'm not exactly sure what it was for. I think it was to from what I'm reading, it was to go to pass the moon in a amount of time and speed. But I'm not sure. I didn't catch up with that. Like I said, I'm not a big news person. I don't really watch the news a lot unless it's very important or life changing or altering, or I just don't watch the news a lot. Okay, let's just say that. But also, he mentioned something about Venezuela, about about us um taking the country of Venezuela. I'm not sure what that's about. That probably both that and the astronaut thing may be talked about in another episode later, or like a mini episode if I get around to it. But yeah, but right now I just want to focus on the attack, the war with Iran. So let's go down to that. So yeah, basically Trump has started this thing with invading Iran with destroying their nuclear resources, called Operation Epic Fury, and promoting the safety of America and security of the free world. Uh, he announced in 2015, when he first served, that he wanted to never allow Iran to have hold of nuclear weapons, and that was part of his first campaign. Apparently, he did not get to that, so I guess in this new term of his, he has gone around to it. Um, apparently he says that 47 years Iran has been chanting death to America and death to Israel. And let me be frank, I am not a big fan of Iran as well. Iran is a nation full of terrorists. I agree. They harm their civilians, a lot of the time the women, and I don't like the way they treat women in Iran. I'm going to be honest. I do not like Iran. So I'm not impartial to this war on terrorism. I'm just concerned how we go about it. We need to take simple, easy steps into what we do. We need to make sure, if we're going to fight Iran, we got to make sure we get all of Iran's resources and put it into it before they are able to make nuclear weapons. If that's the case, we'd probably be fine. So as long as we fight tyranny, terrorism in Iran, and also put down the nuclear weapons in Iran, I think would be okay. I think so. I am partial to this war. I am supportive of this war with Iran, so long as it does not, so long as we're thorough and we do not leave any stones unturned. Apparently, Iran was behind the murder of 241 Americans in the Marine barracks bombing in Beirut, the slaughter of hundreds of service members with roadside bombs. Okay, so yes, this is exactly what I'm saying. If we're going to take Iran, if we're going to stop Iran, we got to be thorough. So all these roadside bombings, wherever they're getting these bombs, wherever these terrorists are getting bombs, let's shut them down, okay? This is what we got to do. This is what we got to do to win the war. We got to take out the terrorism in Iran. We got to shut down terrorist organizations. We got to take down all their resources that they are using to promote terrorism. And we got to be thorough about it all the way. Also recently, an American aircraft, I believe it was an American Air Force aircraft that was shot down by Iranians, and a number, I think it was either two or three pilots that were lost. One of them has been recovered. I believe the other one is still being searched for. So prayers to that guy and to the families and the pilots that were in that, because the families of the pilots, because Iran is no joke. If they find our troops, they're gonna use every method of torture and every ounce of lack of mercy on these people, and it needs to be stopped. So something I recently learned in this speech is that Obama gave $1.7 billion in cash to the Iranians, and I believe to make a deal with them. And Trump says he intercepted that. He ended that. I did not know this. Now let me assure you, I am not a big fan of Trump, but I'm not a big fan of Obama either. I don't know about Bush because I was born during Bush's campaign. I really did not pay attention. I was a kid. But Barack Obama and Trump, I am a least supporter of them. I am a least supporter of Joe Biden as well. Those three presidents, I do not support them as much. I do not support them. Trump, I have no respect for, but I admit he has gotten things done lately. Barack Obama, I don't know what to say about Barack Obama. I don't think he got things done when he was president. If anything, Michelle Obama did more than he did in our cafeterias and our social life, for our children. So I feel like, I don't know if everything was good, because like I said, I was not as young at the time. I really didn't understand. I wasn't much of a public school kid. I was more homeschooled, so I was not affected by much of what Michelle Obama might have done in public schools. But I don't think Barack Obama got much done other than ordering a kill on Osama bin Laden. I'm sorry, but I really feel like Obama didn't get stuff done. Trump gets stuff done, but he's a bully at it as he does it, and that could have consequences with superpowered forces like Russia and China and North Korea. So yeah, I feel like we should be careful where we step with Trump. But yeah, overall, Trump has just stated that he basically we have taken out nuclear weapons in Iran, caused Iran to not be able to make nuclear weapons. I hope this lasts. I hope we're able to complete this. With the oil industry in Iran, I believe Iran was one of our biggest sources of oil before we took Venezuela. And so, as Trump says, but I feel like that if Iran is allowed to have its oil still without precautions from us Americans, they could at one point probably get weapons. So we need, if we're gonna take out Iran for good, we not only need to take out the terrorists and the terrorist regimes in Iran that are causing the Iranian people to suffer and us Americans to suffer, but we also need to take control. We probably need to take control of Iran's oil reserves, because with oil, Iran can sell with other nations like China, Russia, North Korea, and probably in return get nuclear weapons. And I feel like that could be a problem. So yeah, that is what I am concerned about. So yeah, let's put Iranian terrorism down, and let's save our nation. Let's save the Iranian people in Israel. Let's put down the Iranian terrorism and terrorists, and let's start anew. So yeah, that's all I have to say, really. This was like basically paraphrased from what I read on Trump's speech, and so far, not a big fan of Trump. I like that he gets things done, but I think he has the wrong approach on some things. And a lot of stuff I feel like that Trump has started are also pretty bad. We'll get into that later in the episodes going further. But yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to say. Okay, folks, so it's time for Hot Topics. Wednesday was April 1st, and I really, really wanted to bring this up because I was going to do my video last Friday, but I had to get ready for Easter because I was going to my parents, so I did not get around to this. But let's get around to this, folks. Our hot topic today is the fate of April Fools. Now, growing up, I loved April Fools. I tried any prank I could to pull on my sisters during April Fools and my parents. In fact, April Fools was a time for my family to pull pranks on each other. We loved doing it. But nowadays, folks, we got people posting on the internet, oh, this celebrity is going through cancer. I wrote on Facebook the other day that a person posted that Jenna Ortega is going through cancer. I looked it up, folks. Jenna Ortega is not going through cancer. Why would you make a joke about that on April Fools? Literally, how stupid are you? Are you really going to tempt fate like that? And then we got people posting things like, oh, it's going to be the end of the world in a few days. There's going to be a black hole coming at us and causing mass hysteria, mass panic. Why in the world, people, are you wanting to do this? Just why? It makes no sense. Why are you causing mass hysteria, international panic all over the world, and playing with people's lives on the internet during April Fools? What is with this? It's not funny. In fact, it's downright scary. Why would you do this? So I want to hear you guys' opinion. What do you think about this? Let me know in the comments below. What do you guys think about this? Why? Why in the world would you want to tempt fate like that? Also in the comments below, tell me what was your favorite prank during April Fools. My favorite prank was the prank my brother pulled on me and my sister when we were kids. And it was always a good gag. It never got old. He had this pile of rubber crap and literally would place on the floor. He would either blame us or the dog on it. He'd be like saying, "Did you poop?" I'm like, we're like, "No, we didn't poop." So yeah, that was my favorite gag, literally, because he almost a lot of times, because I was stupid as a kid. So all the time, well, a lot of times he almost got me convinced that I did it, that I was gonna get in trouble. And I'm like, I didn't mean to. But my brother was a gag king, and I love him with all my heart. So I loved his gags, and if I ever do see him, because he's in Romania now, so if I ever do see him again, I'm gonna try my best to pull a great gag on him. So yeah. Yeah, but hey, tell me in the comments what was your favorite gag during April Fools. Also, tell me in the comments below what you guys think should be done about these false advertising, these false mass hysteria acts on social media during April Fools. Tell me in the comments below. Are you guys ready for this? Are you guys literally ready for this? We're gonna get action. We're gonna get peak raw material from the new movie coming out May 8th, Mortal Kombat 2, people. We are literally, I have been waiting for this since 2019 or 2020. I don't know when Mortal Kombat came out. I was all so excited when I saw Mortal Kombat when it came out on Netflix or whatever, and or Tubi or whatever. I saw it, Mortal Kombat, for the first time. My first time seeing Mortal Kombat was on this app that allowed you to see free movies for even before they came out in theaters. And when I saw it, folks, I was literally on top of the world. I was literally on top of the world when I saw Scorpion give his iconic line, "Get over here!" So now seeing that Mortal Kombat 2 is coming on May 8th. I've been waiting for this all since last year, people, and I've been waiting. Mortal Kombat 2, May 8th, folks. See it. Love it. We're going to get new characters like Johnny Cage, Katana, Shao Kahn, Noob Saibot. We're going to get Jade. We're going to get my all-time favorite Queen of Evil, Sindel. Oh, yes, people. We're getting so many new characters. And the old ones, like Sonya, Jax, Kano, Raiden. We're also going to get the original character, Cole as well. Folks, we're gonna get Scorpion again and his epic battle with Noob Saibot, the risen ghost of Bihan, Sub-Zero. Literally, people, I am excited. I am lit for this movie to come out. So I will probably try to see it when it comes out. I'm going to try to convince my sister and her husband to take me. I will pay for my ticket. I will literally do anything to see this movie. So, folks, see it. Love it. Hate it even. But Mortal Kombat 2, May 8th. Don't forget to get your tickets for it. It is gonna be lit. So be sure to see it. Yeah. So I'm gonna say it one time. Get over here! And now, folks, it is time for our all-star moment. And today's all-star is the recently deceased but iconic legend, Chuck Norris. Folks, a word about Chuck Norris. Loved the guy. Saw him in a few movies. I saw him mostly in Walker, Texas Ranger. God, when I saw Walker, Texas Ranger, Chuck Norris became a legend, household name in my family, and I loved him, and I love the guy. All his moves. I know he trained with or trained Bruce Lee. I'm not sure which one it was, but literally Chuck Norris, people, guy was a legend and has sadly passed away as of a few weeks ago, or of early April, late March. He passed away, and I just want to say to all you Chuck Norris lovers, he will always be a legend icon. And as long as we remember his legacy, he will never truly be gone. So rest in peace, Chuck Norris. You will always be an iconic superstar in my mind. And you will always be a Walker Texas Ranger. That sounded a little corny, I know, but you will always be a Texas Ranger in my mind, and you will always be the Texas Ranger. Chuck Norris, let me just say this. Godspeed, man. May you be a fighting legend in heaven with the angels. Godspeed. Alright, folks, now turn from the emotional part of our episode, let's get down to some silliness. It's our cringe bait memory lane moment. And today's cringe bait, well, let me just start by talking about what cringe bait this segment of the video is. Cringe bait is basically going to be memories of the most cringiest parts of my life before cringe became a household word. And trust me, there were a lot of cringe moments in my life. So yeah. Also, if you want to share a cringe moment with me, share it in the comments below or in the community chat. Also, be sure to you don't have to, but also in this segment of the video, I just want to remind you to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for notification. And if you don't want to share a cringe moment in a post in the community or in the comments below, you don't have to, but it would be nice if you did. But also, again, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications so you get more updates on my videos and in the community post. So I promise you there are going to be a lot more videos coming out. I'm going to do another random topic video later on, and probably during this week or the next coming week, later on this month. And yeah, there's going to be there's going to be a reaction video too coming out. There's going to be more live videos coming out, folks. So it's not going to be all AI anymore for a long time, or even all just basically just fan films. It's going to be pure live videos where you see more of me. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and let's get back to the video. So our cringe bait down memory lane segment today is one of my cringest moments in life. And that cringe moment in life would be specifically when I was in middle school. Now note, I was mostly homeschooled for most of my life. And when I was in, I went to public school when I was in preschool and kindergarten, and I went back to public school when I was in middle school. Middle school was the highlight of my life, basically. If I was in high school, I would have peaked. I'm just saying. I nearly peaked in middle school. So I think if I was in high school, if I went to public school in high school, I would have peaked. But, in middle school, I was not one of the popular kids, but I was one of those kids that a lot of kids wanted to make friends with. I was silly, I was also smart, and I was also, well, I gotta admit, a charmer, which is basically a base for what this cringe moment was. Now, it wasn't so much a cringe moment as in a moment where I probably could have said something better, but hey, it got me the girl. It didn't get me the girl, but it got me that mark of a charmer towards the girl. Like I said, in middle school, I was a charmer to all the ladies. I loved charmer in middle school. Ladies, teachers, I was a charmer. So one day, as I got from into the school that morning, one of my friends had said something currently the day before about one of the girls that passed by having a fat ass. So yeah, a big butt. She got wind of that, and she saw me and saw that I was, and she asked me, "Hey, did so and so say I had a big ass?" I said, yeah, he did. She said, is my ass really big? And let me be sure if she had a thick body. She had a thick body, but it was that kind of thick that like, it was that thick body. It was a good thick body. So I naturally told her, no, it's not big. It's a nice butt. It's a nice butt. It's a really nice butt. And I'm like thinking in the back of my mind, did I just say she had a nice butt? And nope, folks, I was not socially active at that time. Like I said, I was in middle school. I was in homeschooled before I went to middle school. So when I was in middle school, I was like kind of like still learning how to talk with the ladies. However, this moment, that girl kept talking to me, and a lot of her other friends. And I'm like, huh. So, but now as I look back on it, I'm like saying, I should have had more social skills. I could have said something else like, "Oh no, it's not just a nice butt, but it's a thick butt, and I love it," or something like that. Something to the point where it would have made seem like it was less nervous and more like bold and it out there, like saying, "Oh yeah, yeah, damn girl, your ass is a nice ass," and I'm like, "What?" So yeah, that was my cringe moment there, folks. That was a cringe moment. I got more of them coming up in other episodes, but hey, folks, this was one of the top ones in my memory. So yeah, if you have a cringe moment, let me know in the comments or in the community post and tell me what it was. And it could be anything. It doesn't have to be personal. It could be anything. So let me know, folks. Finally, today, folks, we have the question of the day. Question of the day is, what it was your Easter/Resurrection Sunday tradition like? Mine was, well, this was before my brother and his wife and kids moved to Romania. We would always have one of those big Easter Sunday meals, and it was kind of like Easter was kind of like Christmas to me. Rather than just getting presents, you got candy, but you also had that big meal. One of my favorite things about the holidays is always the meal. Literally, when my family had a family meal, we went ham. I'm talking about ham, turkey, mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, stuffing, green bean casserole, broccoli and cheese casserole, broccoli and chicken casserole. We literally went all out. Asparagus, Brussels sprouts, everything, folks. We had a whole table that was fit because I had a big family. I have 9 siblings. Seven of us are adopted. Actually, 7 of us are adopted. The 3 oldest are born. And there's my mom and my dad and my sister and brother's spouses. And the kids, we decked out for the holidays. Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas, 4th of July, holidays like that, we decked out, folks. And we literally had food enough to last us for weeks. So, yeah, we would literally do an Easter egg hunt at a nearby place. We would have dinner, and we would have like a special time together. Basically, we would have household activities. One year, my sister planned a whole Easter egg hunt and games at our family's house, and we had fun. Also, there was a time, yesterday basically, we did something a little different. We had an Easter Sunday dinner, but it was hoagies and cheese and fruits and like finger food and chips. I gotta tell you, folks, that was probably one of the best Easter meals I had because it was simple. Everybody was satisfied and full. It was just peaceful, and that's my Easter tradition. We literally just had family time, ate, and had family time. So, let me know in the comments below or in the community post what your Easter tradition was. And, yeah, tell me what you think. Well, everyone, that's all for today on JDS.com New Edition Episode 2. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys did get some stuff out of this. Let me know in the comments what I should do in the next episode. If you want me to do something different, if you want to help me bring up a hot topic, let me know in the comments. Something for the news, let me know in the comments and I'll research it. Also, be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. And remember, folks, to be kind, be safe, be swell. Peace.